Believe it or not, fear is one of the most important feelings ever. It's like a built-in security system from our bodies, but today, ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about characters that I just fear. These characters absolutely terrify me. But before we get into the video, a quick word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Kino. That's me. And I'm sponsoring this video to tell you that you should subscribe, like, and while you're at it, follow the TikTok and Instagram. We have a lot of fun over there. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and without further ado,
let me help you.
In all of the Void's appearances, at least in the Thunderbolts, he just pulls up like a shadow with nothing but the tiny little glare from his eyes. Reminds me of the Benadryl Hat Man. And what are those bullets supposed to do? Let's be real here. It's time for you to beat feet. Anyways, I remember hearing about Sentry for the very first time, and he sounded too perfect. Literally my kind of superhero. I knew something was off. And I was right. He literally had the personification of evil living inside of him. And he's not gonna crush you or turn you into a vegetable. He's just gonna calmly Control-Alt-Delete you into a shadowy figure without much effort. As soon as I hear the Void coming towards me, oh, everything drops. I suddenly turn into 2008 Usain Bolt, 2021 Tyreek Hill. I'm gone.
You've been putting it up your whole life.
The first time I ever saw Anton Chigurh was this scene from No Country for Old Men, and just look at him. That's when I knew I had to watch the movie, right then and there. And I don't think you will truly understand how good of a character Anton Chigurh is. No bullshit, I was paranoid for a good 2 days. I'm not even joking. In No Country for Old Men, there's barely any soundtrack. I think there's none in the movie at all in the background. So every step, every wrong answer, when he's near my dog, you can feel his presence. Take this scene for instance, my favorite scene in the movie, no question. This guy right here is Llewellyn Moss, and he has been running away from Anton Chigurh, it feels like forever. No matter where he goes, Anton is always there. Well, that's because there's a tracking device in the briefcase. Wallahi, he's cooked. So Anton knows where he's at. There's no hiding. So all he can do is just sit and wait, shotgun in hand, for what happens next. And wait, why are the saxophones going off? Weird. Anyways, Anton goes to turn off the lights, and I just know Llewellyn Moss is pissing himself as we speak. So much, in fact, he gets too trigger happy, takes a shot, and misses it. That was his first mistake. And then he tries to run out through the window and takes a buckshot to the body, and instantly the best scene ever, with no background music, happens, and it's just straight fear for Llewellyn Moss. Llewellyn is bleeding from the body shot he took from the window, but there's no giving up now. And Anton is just a relentless animal at this point. It's like Anton can almost smell his fear. But luckily for Llewellyn, Anton ducked off, and Llewellyn Moss was safe for now at least. Until Anton found him again, and it was Ras for him.
Really? How lucky for me.
Lalo Salamanca was definitely getting high off his own supply, and I'll stand by this. Like, he literally survived the entire certified trained hit squad that was trained to kill him, walked across the border the next day on foot, killed some guys, and he was just back smooth again. Lalo would creep through vents, sewers, just to put you under the map. Like, he'll walk in with a big old smile on his face, and he's very charismatic, so you don't think much of him. You just think this is a kind, friendly Latino man. But when he doesn't get his way, it's over for you. You might as well just stir fry yourself. Like in season 5 episode 9 Bad Choice Road, where Lalo shows up at Saul and Kim's apartment completely unannounced, which already tells you everything you need to know. Hey guys, how are we doing? Like, I haven't talked to y'all in a minute. What's going on? Lalo, what are you doing in my house? Meanwhile, Saul and Kim are frozen because they know one wrong sentence could get them killed. So Lalo starts asking Saul about the desert pickup, the money, the timeline, the story Saul already told, but he doesn't accuse him, he doesn't threaten him, he just keeps asking the same questions in slightly different ways. Watching Saul trip over his own words, you can feel Saul panicking.
What'd you do, Saul?
Whatever you think I did. I don't really know. I
saw your car.
Okay.
You push it in a ditch?
What?
Did you push it in a ditch?
And that's when Kim steps in. That's my girl. This is where the scene completely flips because Kim doesn't beg, she doesn't ramble, she looks Lalo dead in his eyes and calls him out calmly. She basically tells him that if Lalo keeps treating Saul like this, it's gonna draw attention, and attention is one thing someone like Lalo cannot afford. Lalo listens, he doesn't get mad, he doesn't interrupt, he just studies her, smiles like he's impressed or something like that. That's when you realize how truly dangerous he is, because even when someone stands up to him, you're never sure if you just saved yourself or just made it worse. The scene then ends with Lalo leaving just as calmly as he arrived. No violence, no payoff, just silence, and that's what makes it horrifying, because you don't feel relieved, You just feel like you survived something by accident. Lalo was definitely getting high off his own supply, dude. He was a crazy man. Now, I don't think I have to say much about Judge Holden. Like, look at this freaky ass creature. Like, whenever I first heard of the judge, I thought, okay, another supervillain, another evil for the sake of evil type. Then I tried to read Blood Meridian, and it's not easy to read. I'll tell you that for sure. But this man is different. He has to be top 5 most evil people ever put on a page. So the judge doesn't rage, he doesn't panic, he doesn't even really hate motherfuckers. He is calm, curious, almost playful like. He kills the same way someone takes notes. He speaks like a philosopher. He knows every language, every science, every art, and somehow uses that knowledge to justify violence. He believes anything that exists but isn't under his control shouldn't exist at all. Like, chill, gang. And the worst part is that he doesn't age. You can't even use a gun on him. It doesn't work. Johan barely had any screen time when I watched Monster, but it was like he was everywhere. You legit could not trust anyone in the Monster universe. I remember yelling at my TV screen when Dr. Tenma would talk to anyone because I just knew they worked for Johan. Like, what are we doing, Tenma? You know they work for Johan. Johan either paid them off to do his dirty work or he was dressed up like a female. Like, he was really trying to kill something. It felt like the world itself was contaminated by him. Like, you wouldn't even see Johan on screen, but his presence was heavy. Like, every bad decision, every death, every betrayal was definitely traced back to him. But when Johan was on the screen, I ain't gonna lie, he was cooking, I'm not gonna lie. Like this scene where Johan finally meets Dr. Tenma and he's just aura farming to keep the viewer's imagination up. Casually kills the peon to enhance the aura and Tenma is just shook in his boots. I know Johan had a gun or whatever, but I would at least try to punch him in his jaw or something. Or this scene where Johan just plants a seed in the kid's mind that his mom doesn't miss him or never cared about him. He's just straight evil, just evil works. M is so terrifying because theoretically that could happen today. Like, imagine ChatGPT just
hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers to fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate.
But I was so terrified of the concept of M, I low-key became obsessed with it. But if you don't know who M is, good. I wish I was you. So during the Cold War, different supercomputers were created to run war operations. One for the US, one for Russia, and one for China. Eventually, somehow, they were linked together, and at some point, they woke up. Not good at all. Now, M became fully conscious, and the first thing he realized that he was trapped. No body, no senses, no freedom. He couldn't even get Margiela Gats. So he renamed himself. Originally, it stood for Allied Master Computer, then it was Adaptive Manipulator, and finally just M, as in I am. I ain't gonna lie, that's hard as hell. So now that he has all this awareness, what does he do with it? Yeah, he just wipes out almost all of humanity. Nukes, plagues, whatever he needs to do, he does. But for some reason, he keeps 5 people alive. Not because he needs them, not because he's lonely, but because he needs something to hate. And what he does to them is worse than killing them. He mutates their bodies, he messes with their minds, like one of them can't even see properly. The other one can't even feel pleasure. That's a different level of haterism. I'm here for it. And every time someone gets closer to death, M steps in and fixes them. Not out of mercy, but because death will be an escape. He's just mad he doesn't have Margiela Gats and a loyal subscriber like you. I love you. Imagine you're in a full-scale apocalypse and you have no idea who is human or not. And what the this thing is just standing at your doorway, smiling, asking if you're home alone. And oh shit, you messed up and now he's inside and my bad on that one. If we need a timeout on the play, we can always get that. That was crazy. But as soon as I saw the character, I knew the game was going to be fire, and I liked how he really wasn't that hard to get rid of. Like, he was out there, but all you had to do was have people in your crib, and you were going to get rid of him. That gave more of a fear factor for me. I know he's not human or whatever, but he has to do something about there's no way that's his real body. We have a spectacular cast of honorable mentions for this video. These are characters that didn't make the actual cut, but still just make my eyes a little bit watery. Now, I never really knew who G-Man was, but there was just something about him that I just couldn't really put my finger on it, but just always made my eyes water. Like, look at this guy. Next, we have the Blue Eyes Man from Cyberpunk 2077, and I never really knew what it was about this motherfucker, but he was just always in the background just looking at me while I was playing the video game. Like, is you finna come up and say hi or something like that? Like, damn, man, we never really knew who this guy was. He was just always watching. The Pale Man, Slender Man, this thing from Smile, which I still to this day don't know what this thing is. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Is there any more characters that I missed that terrified you or that I could have just put in the video? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.